We now observe Tyler in his natural habitat. Watch as the proud idiot does his thing. Tyler, you sucked at that.
Shut up!
No.
You let me have my thing.
No.
You have your thing, I have my thing.
You get nothing. You know why?
Why?
Because you suck.
It's the Tyler and Bren Show! Starring me!
Yeah, and me too. Good evening and welcome to this episode of the Tyler and Bren Show.
I'm still Tyler.
And I'm still not. So this makes episode number 12, and that makes a full dozen.
Wow, that is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
We have come a long way in this show.
That's right. See, for this episode, originally Tyler was in charge of coming up with the ideas for this opening segment, but unfortunately an emergency came up and he was unable to. You see, he got stuck in a doorway, and they had to call the fire department to get a chainsaw and cut him out. So,
To say that was embarrassing is an understatement.
yeah, of course they were trying to use butter and oil to try to grease them out, but it didn't work. It was just, there just wasn't really enough in fact, trying to set up this segment, it was really difficult because he kept taking up the whole screen, and that's part of the reason why it's taking so long to get this new episode out, trying to get these camera angles just right. So, we apologize for the lack of material in this opening section. It's all Tyler's fault and his uncontrollable weight problem.
Stop.
Well, I'm glad you find it funny.
Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at?
Well, we could always laugh at you. Well, so we will now be whisked away to somewhere else.
Hopefully something better.
Yeah,
Whatever he came up with.
I guess pretty much anything's better than this.
Yeah.
Once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up. Tyler, come in, Tyler. Over.
Yes, Brad. Over.
What page are we on? Over.
Page 1262. Over.
Thanks. Over.
You're welcome. Over.
Come in again, Tyler. Over.
Yes, Bren. Over.
The teacher's looking at me like I'm an idiot. Over.
Yeah, she's looking at me too. Over.
She's getting up to come this way. Over.
She's got a yardstick. Over.
She's right up on us, Tyler. Over.
She's lifting up a yardstick. Over.
Ow. Over. Good evening, and welcome to this week's edition of Tripping and Falling, a talk show where we talk to people who have tripped and fallen. I have with me in the studio tonight, Sean, a man who tripped and fell. So Sean, tell me about your experience.
Well, I was walking down the sidewalk and I slipped on a banana peel. I slipped, fell down several flights of stairs, and then I started falling down into this deep dark hole. Then I finally fell on a surface of spikes, and then the floor rotated, dumping me off, and I fell into a dark tunnel with water in it. And after hours, I saw light, and then after I came out of the dark, I saw a waterfall. And at the bottom of the waterfall were sharp rocks. And then I finally washed up on the creek bank. A fully grown male wolf drug off with me, and then a pack of wolves started fighting over me. And then after about 6 hours, they got bored with me, and a buzzard flew down and flew off with me and accidentally dropped me in a dumpster. And Garbage Man took me to the dump. And while they were emptying the truck, he found me, and he just so happened to be a garbage man that was a qualified brain surgeon, gave me CPR and chained me to the back of his car and got me to the hospital, saved my life.
Now, when did this happen exactly?
On the way over here.
Well, Sean, is there anything you'd like to tell our audience before we go?
Don't let your kids eat paint chips.
Well, all right. In that case, stay tuned for next week when I interview myself. And now, Tyler laughing.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's show. And tonight, we'll be exploring the subject of poetry. The form of art that allows humans to express their feelings, thoughts, emotions, wants, and needs. The form of art that made America great and has inspired millions, if not billions, of people worldwide for thousands of years. And tonight we'll be going over a very particular piece of poetry, a masterpiece known as Kubla Khan, A Vision in a Dream, which was written by Mr. Samuel Taylor Coleridge in 1797 and published in 1816. And here with me tonight I have the man behind it, Mr. Samuel Taylor Coleridge, with us tonight. How are you today, sir?
Groovy. How about yourself?
Oh, we are doing fantastic. Thank you for being with us tonight. So I want to start off by saying that this poem is a masterpiece. I think I speak for a lot of people. I like to describe it as a evocative sensory experience, artistic ecstasy, and which in turn makes you the boss, the head man, the top dog, the big cheese, the head honcho, and you will go down in history for this forever.
Right on.
So, and I want to start off by asking, can you give us some background info on this piece of poetry?
See, one night I was in my room at home. I was kind of doing my thing, you know. I had this vision, and I started writing it down.
Oh. Oh, man. Seems like early on, after you published it, people started to openly admire it.
Over time.
Yeah, and I would like to ask, what do you think the reason for that is?
Well, you see, when I first put the poem out to the people, there were a lot of negative waves, you know. But I think over time, civilization and society, they became more cosmically conscious and more in touch with nature, and I think that caused them to give out more positive waves, and they began to open up their minds, and it caused them to reach a higher level of consciousness, and eventually they were able to raise to my level, and I could finally relate to them.
Oh, okay, nice. I love how the poem examines how imagination and creativity play in art.
Pretty heavy stuff, man.
Absolutely. It seems that the poem ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Could you explain why that is? Are you planning a sequel, or is it for artistic reasons?
No, man, it's only half finished.
Half finished? Why is that?
Well, I was in there, you know, I was getting down. I was writing the poem, and this cat came in to, he dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. When he did, it distracted me, it interrupted me, and I forgot the rest of it.
Oh my.
I just couldn't remember how the rest of it went on. I have a feeling like maybe some of it had something to do with tangerine trees or marmalade skies. Maybe something about holes in Blackburn, Lancashire. I just couldn't remember, so I just left it as it was.
Oh, I see. So
I mean, I cried for hours. I mean, I'll never have that recipe again.
oh man. So what was the inspiration for this poem?
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
All right. Mr. Samuel Taylor Coolidge, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And next time, we will interview a time traveling salesman. Good night, everyone.
Samuel Taylor Coleridge was born on the 21st of October, 1772. He was born in Devon, England, and he became a poet. And he was very good friends with William Wordsworth, and he was a he. Could you turn that down? But he became a poet, a very famous poet, an influential poet, and will you turn that down? You know what, forget it. Can I help you?
What's your sport this way? I bet I'm a better wrestler than you are.
Beg your pardon.
I bet I'm a better wrestler than you are.
I will have you know that I was the captain of the wrestling team at Cambridge University.
Why have you know I wrestled a raccoon on the way over here?
Well, I accept the challenge. Come on in. So, this is my drawing room. I believe this would be a good, ideal spot to do this match.
You got that right.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Uncle.
Well, you're a very simple challenge to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, what do you say about some coffee? I'll go brew some.
Well, I'm gonna go get me some fresh air.
You fool! How did you not see that the glass door was closed?
Well, let's just put it this way. Good evening, and welcome to tonight's show. Today we will be exploring the world of sports announcers. And with me today I have Mr. Eric Johnson. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being with us today.
You're welcome. It is indeed my pleasure.
So, what is it like to be a sports announcer?
Well, it's pretty cool.
Okay. So, have you ever had any experience with sports announcing?
No, but this sports season with lots of experience this season so far, but before this season, no, I did not have any experience.
Okay. Nice. What was your inspiration?
Well, I have always thought that sports announcers sounded really cool. I used to watch many games on television just to hear the sports announcers. I really admired Howard Cosell in my younger years.
Nice. Is it true that you're the secret child of Howard Cosell?
Not that I know of. I believe that is just a rumor because he has clearly had a huge influence on my speaking voice.
Oh, okay. Nice. Has anything ever slowed you down?
No, I don't think so. I believe that I have a voice that can get people's attention. So I never have anything to slow me down.
Okay. What are your hopes for the future?
Well, I hope one day to be a legend.
Okay. Well, you're certainly already making your mark. The average basketball game used to be 2.5 hours, but ever since you've become an announcer, that has been extended to 9 hours. So, let's take a look at some footage from last night's game with Eric Johnson as your announcer.
Welcome to tonight's game. Tonight will be, wait a second, slow the teleprompter down. I'm not done reading it yet. And welcome to the closing of this episode.
Oh, what a relief it is.
See, this is getting to be my favorite time of year, you know, March, April, May, June, July. And I noticed that the bulk of this episode was all inside, and I thought we need to do something outside in this lovely weather.
Absolutely, on this very nice table.
Except that it's freezing cold out here, but it looks really nice.
It's not that cold. Weenie.
We're missing a grill and food and all that.
Oh, well.
So yeah, live to you in Tyler's front yard on this beautiful April Fool's Day. See, every year I call Tyler or text Tyler or whatever I'm in the mood for, and I'll give him an April Fool's prank, and he never falls for it, I think. Well, he says that he never falls for it.
You're predictable.
Yeah.
You have been.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, why not stop doing that? Maybe?
I don't know. You know, something kind of interesting I'd like to point out. Right before we started recording this, a branch on one of the trees back there fell and almost hit his car.
Oh, yeah, that lovely piece of junk 20-year-old Lexus. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
The car that actually works.
Yeah, shut up.
Well, this is the conclusion of the episode, but we must go away to the studio to finish it officially, as the tradition goes.
Absolutely.
And now here we are, back in the studio, and now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the end.